Hello! In today's video, we're updating the mobile tool battery charging station. And I got some cool stuff I'm doing to it, but first thing, it's a mess. I need to clean it up. All right, now, so if you don't know what you're looking at, here's a video of when I built this, okay? So, catch up. Basically, the only thing I'm kind of like, I would have done differently is in there's two power strips that were very expensive, and I kind of wish I just would have wired all that up in little boxes and just done all that wiring myself instead of buying power switches. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with it. This component right here, I just kind of have this, it's not really what I wanted. It just like, it checked boxes. It was a light, it was a power strip, it had USB. So I just threw it in and I bolted it on. And I'm not too happy with it. I mean, it's a good little thing. It works fine and all that, but you know, if I need light, I need light up here. So I got this light here, which I'm not too happy with this light either. I'm gonna put it on there. I have a bulb I saved on my eBay. It's actually an emergency bulb, so I could have the bulb in some, I couldn't find a lamp, I guess you'd call it, that I liked that would hold the bulb. But that way I could turn the light on without power going to this, which would be nice. But for now, I'm just going to give this here a shot and see if that's better. Having it up here to illuminate what's going on up here. Now I'm going to take this out, and I'm taking these two. There's two chargers in here and 3 batteries. So these batteries and that charger are gonna go down there. And then this is gonna go bye-bye. This is gonna go bye-bye. And I'm literally like, I'm annoyed with DeWalt tools because of the heater episode, which I'll link a video here. So I'm getting rid of my DeWalt stuff-ish. Not incessantly, but I mean, this is just like an old Sawzall, like one, and this might not even be working. It might not have. I mean, I've used it a handful, not even a handful of times since I bought it. So, and what I'm going to turn this area into is a drawer. So then, what I'm going to have in that drawer, on the front of the drawer, is going to be a little garbage can, because I had a bag hanging off here and it would blow away and I would chase it. And so I'm going to put a proper trash can, and that'll actually slide out. And then what the shelf will be in behind here is PPE stuff, right? So I've got safety glasses. I got myself a couple more safety glasses. I got my earmuffs. I just got these. I'm going to do a review of these. This is a American company that makes Bluetooth headphones. It seems like they're overlooked, and the reason I got them is because the padding. So subscribe if you want to see what I think about these earmuffs. They're Connex. It's an American company, so we'll see. I think they're super good, but there's really no reviews on them. So in this drawer, there's going to be PPE, okay? And then I have to add on here is 2 Milwaukee M12 chargers. So I bought some tools and Milwaukee stuff, and I'm upgrading and swapping out stuff. This battery, literally, the only thing it does is run a grease gun. And the Milwaukee 12, this battery, this grease gun gets a better review than that grease gun. So that's kind of a, an exceptional thing, but I'm kind of going down this road of these quality tool, these units right here. I got about a handful of tools in that now. So, and I only have one and one. And this here, this is literally like a Sawzall that kind of works, and a battery that works, or excuse me, a drill that works, okay? So then what I've got here is for my, so I just have batteries. These are 10.8 volt, super old, but they still work. And they're my electrician's driver tools, right? So I've got these off eBay. These are little holders. Now, I've got more on order that are just singles because I was going to put it there and this was too big and I don't really want to cut on it because I've got these here to go in this one. So I'll have an extra one to expand into. So yeah, this is just a little way to hold the batteries, right? So it's super, instead of just having them sit there, right? Now these batteries I'm going to have sitting over here. I'm going to figure out something to do, but this was just like I bought these batteries when I built this to re-implement that, like, so I'd have another drill. And I've only used the drill maybe twice in a year, so I'm, I don't know. And then I just tried to buy, this came with a flashlight too, and I just tried to buy the new bulb, and the new bulb came from China, and of course it was the wrong one. So now I also got these. I upgraded or added to my Bosch collection. So I bought a Bosch kit that had 2 8-amp-hour batteries and this charger. So I got to add this charger, and I'm going to put it over here. And then I've got these little units here which actually hold the batteries. So instead of just having batteries setting on this thing, I actually am just going to be able to mount them, these, and then just bam. That's kind of a tight fit, to be honest. Whoa, that's super tight fit. Holy cow, I didn't try that one on there yet. Wow. Whoa. That was so tight. I tried on another one, and it was all super fine. So I don't know. Maybe I'll have to file on these a little bit, but anyway, you see where I'm going with this. I've got this, so all my batteries will be mounted, and all the chargers will be mounted as well. But then I've added this. This is going to be a challenge because to mount that, like, you've got these 2 little plugs. So what I've got going is just one of these basic extension cords, right? So I haven't quite figured out exactly where it's going to be, but it's going to be in there, and then this will be in there. So that will be just, somewhere on here, mounted, boom, right? And then I'm going to look for a little bin for the extra batteries because I'm kind of trying to move to rechargeable everything and not have lead acid, even those little batteries like that, moving away from there as well. So, but wait, there's more. Basically, this thing initially was just like, like music, power, batteries. So it's kind of evolved. So I've talked about the PPE that's going on here. And there's actually going to be more PPE on the back. I'm not going to spin it around and show you. It's just a blank piece of plywood. But on the back, I've got a holder for rubber gloves. Now, I use gloves incessantly, and I use rubber gloves as liners. It just makes my gloves last longer. So I'm going to have a rubber glove dispenser on the back. Gloves, so to hold my gloves, I always keep a few extra pair because I'm going through them. So I'll have a way to keep my extra pair, my current pairs, and my knee pads. So all PPE. Then on top of PPE is my writing devices, pens, pencils, and that, and then measuring. I kind of have a bunch, and they're kind of everywhere, but keeping measuring on here as well. Like little guy like that, you know? So, yeah, but I'm not just, like, you saw it in its form because I've been piling stuff as I'm buying stuff that's going in this build, right? It just kind of get it out of control. But the thing is literally, it's like a hub. So it's almost always got extra stuff piled on it, but trying to keep it, you know, to the chargers, batteries, PPE, you know, and writing devices, you know. And honestly, with just that stuff on here, once I've got all my new stuff and everything arranged around, it's going to be a little bit fuller. And there's not going to be as much room left to add to it. But I still will be able to add to it. I don't know. I mean, just more of these little batteries here. You know, I might end up going with the 18 volt Milwaukee. But right now, my 18 volt is Bosch, and I just bought this, so I'm kind of like, I don't have anything against Milwaukee 18 volt, but I already have a bunch of Bosch 18 volt stuff, so, and it works, you know. I mean, it's sure, this is like 8 years old or something like that, which is nothing. The drill that these go on is like 13 or 14 years old, right? So yeah, tools, you gotta keep them, and things like this can make old tools more readily usable. Like, I can just grab my 10.8 batteries and go grab my drill and boom, boom, boom. I don't gotta go dig around in a drawer somewhere looking for that 10.8 volt battery charger, and you know what I'm saying? It's just right there, and everything's right there. Even my ego, I've got, I think I've got 2 blowers, a chainsaw, and a weed whacker. So the chainsaw and the weed whacker don't get very much use. They do get used. The blower gets used all the time. And I'm also contemplating putting the blower on here. It might not be the Ego blower because it's so big. I might just get one of these little blowers that are miniature that runs on that battery and put it in here somewhere. Not sure, but I can't say enough. This might not be the way that you want to build yours, this build style, but this is super tough. Like, this isn't going to break. I'm not going to just tip it over, but I feel like I could drop this thing down some stairs, and it might be messed up and cracked and all this, but it's going to be still in one piece. Like, this is a solid way to build this, right? And it's permanently connected to the hand truck, and that's a solid thing as well, right? So, all right, this is just the beginning. Now we are going to get busy and start doing all the work. All right, so I've got everything that's coming off. It's coming off. Everything's getting moved. In putting a little slots here for the cords so the end can push through, but when I'm running into, as I fill it up, it's harder to get them through, so I'm just putting a little groove on the bottom. And then I took a bunch of stuff apart, and there's my parts I need to build here's my parts for my drawer.